I am a turtle fan. Anyone who knows me in real life knows this, and you might know it if you know this channel, seeing as most of my videos feature TMNT in some form or another. That is to say, I've played a lot, although not all, TMNT games, and while my favorite is Shredder's Revenge, Danger of the Ooze is a strong second. Why is that? Well, I'll try to answer that with this video. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Danger of the Ooze was released in 2014, first for Xbox and PlayStation in October and then for Nintendo 3DS in November. By the way, this isn't footage from the DS version, even though that's the version I played. That's because I can't record my DS in any other way than with a camera right now. I will use footage from a camera sometimes to show things like idle animations. Danger of the Ooze is a Metroidvania. The gameplay is basically running around the map, exploring, finding new gear and trying to find Super Mutagen. I'll explain the story later, don't worry. The game is set somewhere in between Season 2 and Season 3. Before we get into the story and game elements, I thought we'd appreciate the soundtrack a bit. It's made by Jake Kaufman. You'll be hearing it throughout this video, but here are some of my favorites. Donnie has tracked the new Super Mutagen, and our task is to get it before any bad guys do. Our first goal is to find Casey in the city. First we have to fight Razar. He's a pretty easy boss fight, as expected since he's the first one. When he's defeated, he'll fly towards the screen in a pretty goofy manner.
It was without a doubt the funniest shit I've ever seen.
When we get to Casey, he teaches us how to double jump, which means we can get into TCRI. Here we get smoke bombs which help us get through lasers and such. Our next boss battle is against
Raster Flatchcan! It's Baxter Stockman!
His first phase is pretty easy, just avoiding his simple attacks. His next and final phase is a bit more annoying. Here he'll create acid puddles and send mousers towards you, as well as fly around the room. He's hard to catch in between all the mousers, but eventually we'll defeat him. He gets away with the mutagen and mutates the mousers as he flies away.
Mutagen shouldn't have this strong an effect on inorganic matter. This is bad.
Before we get to the next boss, we meet Slash. He tells us that
Shredder's cut a deal with Neutralizer to create some secret weapon.
And teaches us how to do a ground special, which requires chi that we have up to 3 of. How much chi we have is shown below the health bar. I honestly didn't use the ground special that much when I play this game, since I usually forgot it existed. After some exploring, we meet Karai, who says that Tiger Claw has the Super Mutagen. He's gonna hand it over to an alien from Dimension X at the docks. Karai teaches us how to dash, which makes us able to go through windows. We get to the docks and find April hiding behind some boxes.
What took you guys so long?
She tells us that Tiger Claw and Neutralizer are near and teaches us something new.
See his attacks before he makes them, then counter them.
Now our block is upgraded to a counterattack and can also block projectiles and lasers. This makes the game way less annoying in my opinion. After getting through a few more enemies, we spot Tiger Claw handing over the Super Mutagen to Neutralizer. We teleport away and Tiger Claw smells us, and also sees us since we're standing right there.
Shut up and fight!
The boss fight is, like the others, mostly about avoiding attacks and getting in your own attacks whenever possible. It's very smart to use the counterattack here, since Tiger Claw uses lasers.
No matter. Neutralizer's been in Dimension X our entire battle, meaning he's had weeks to complete the weapon.
Tiger Claw disappears after the battle. From now on, we can use the drop copter and the stealth cycle to travel across the map instantly. Our next stop is the top of the TCRI building, where there's a portal to Dimension X, though first we'll need some upgrades. Firstly, we find Takagi, which let us climb on rough walls. This opens up more places to explore. After getting to the top of the building, we find shock shurikens, which enable us to open yellow doors. It requires 1 chi to use. We finally get to Dimension X. It's very confusing since the map is not reflecting how we actually move through the rooms. Doors lead to different rooms than you think they would, looking at the map, and some of the rooms are inverted and therefore have inverted controls. During our exploration of this dimension, we unlock bomb shurikens that let us open red doors. This requires 1 chi like the shock shurikens. The next ally we meet is Leatherhead.
My friends,
I'd hoped to find you.
He tells us that Neutralizer is ahead and we learn how to vanish. This means using one chi to disappear from the enemy's view. I forgot this existed while playing too. It would have been useful in some cases, but I survived fine without it. Time to fight Neutralizer. He sends off the weapon to Shredder before noticing us.
Turtle! I'm surprised it didn't show up sooner.
Neutralizer has pretty strong attacks, so the best strategy is to avoid him and hit from the shadows. You can use shurikens to hit from a distance too. When we defeat him, he teleports away and we find the portal Neutralizer threw the weapon into. We go through and pick up the weapon, but the Krang show up.
Commence retrieval of the weapon with a level of force that is known as excessive.
But then Splinter shows up. After that, a Mouser comes with a message from Shredder.
I believe you have something that belongs to me. The mutagen weapon.
He says that if we bring the weapon to the construction site, he won't hurt Karai. Before we go to rescue Karai, Splinter has one more thing to tell us.
I must teach you one final move.
We can now do a special move mid-air. Time to get to that construction site and fight Shredder.
At last you've come. Yoshi's Ninja Turtles.
He said the thing!
No use delaying fate any longer. Hajime!
Shredder has 3 phases. In the first one, it's about knocking him into these electrified walls on each side of the arena. Shredder will zoom around or jump on the walls. He'll also shoot these colored balls or lasers that give you certain effects for a little while. The blue ones invert your movements, the yellow ones make you unable to attack, and the red laser slows you down. In the second phase, it's about knocking him up into the magnet that appears. He'll spawn in footbots that you have to deal with, as well as dodging his normal attacks. In the third phase, you'll have to knock him downwards. It's smart to wait until his weapon malfunctions or he laughs, since then he won't be able to attack back. Here's the cutscene after the boss battle.
Hold on, Karai. I'll have you free in no time.
Took you guys long enough.
Oh yeah! How awesome are we?
I gotta say it.
Turtle power!
What was that? A new catchphrase? Forget it, Donnie. We already have Booyakasha.
Karai, come back with us.
I can't, Leo.
I'm telling you the truth. Hamato Yoshi, Splinter, he's your true father.
I need to do what I think is right in the moment. And it means helping Shredder. Goodbye, Leo. For now.
After all this, she's still gonna help him?
She'll come around, Raph. Give her time. Let's go home, Turtles.
Turtle power!
Turtle power indeed. There are of course things to talk about other than the story. I mentioned some of the abilities and upgrades we get during the game already, but here's the full list. 8 health upgrades, 5 smoke upgrades, including unlocking them, resulting in carrying 15 smoke bombs. These make you able to teleport short distances, for example through laser walls. 20 shuriken upgrades, including unlocking them, resulting in carrying 100 shurikens. You can attack enemies and open blue doors with this. 4 chi upgrades, resulting in having 7 chi total. 2 pizza boxes, which can heal you fully when they're filled. These get filled up whenever you grab pizza and have full health. You can also use the heal whenever, but you'll get as much health as you've collected. T-phone upgrade. This lets you see where captured turtles, aka turtles who have lost all the health, are. This also lets you upgrade your shell kickers using EXP you gain from defeating enemies. I'll talk about where shell kickers are later. Sun Shuriken. This allows you to throw 3 shurikens at the same time in a wide pattern. Ground Special. This lets you do a strong attack but costs 1 chi. Double Jump. This lets you double jump. Simple as that. Takagi. This lets you climb up or down rough surfaces. Shock Shurikens. These let you stun enemies and open yellow doors. It costs 1 chi. Air Special. This lets you do a powerful attack in the air, but costs 1 chi. Dash. This lets you dash, of course, and lets you get into tight spaces and through windows. Ninja Vanish. This lets you vanish from enemy's view. It costs 1 chi. Bomb Shuriken. These are extra strong shurikens that let you open red doors. It costs 1 chi. Counterattack. This makes you attack right after blocking. Blocking also absorbs projectiles and reflects lasers. Next I'll tell you what these shell kickers or Dakin Taijutsu are. They're basically finishers. If you hold down the attack button after doing 3 attacks and then press a direction, you'll do a shell kicker. What they do vary on which direction you press. If you press up, you'll knock enemies into the air or knock away their shields. If you press forward, you'll knock enemies back. They can even knock into each other. If you press backward, you'll jump over the enemy, and if you press down, you'll do a powerful attack. You can also wall jump, roll while crouching, and block. In the beginning, it doesn't block projectiles. That's all for the movement and attacking, except for the basic stuff like walking, running, crouching, and jumping, which works exactly like you think it does. Whenever you re-enter a room, the enemies respawn. The map is split into several sections. These are the sewers split into east and west, the city split into east and west, the TCRI building, the docks and warehouse, and Dimension X. There are 2 special types of rooms spread throughout the map. Meditation rooms and rescue rooms, marked with the blue M and the yellow R respectively. Meditation rooms let you save and unlock more of the map, and rescue rooms are where you find captured turtles. There are collectibles across the map. These are Mikey's comic and several ice cream kitties. These are needed to get 100% and nothing else. Speaking of, there are a few things needed to 100% this game. Firstly, you need to get into every room and fill out the map. Secondly, you'll need to get every upgrade, ability, and collectible. The hardest of these by far is Mikey's comic, which you'll need to do this to get. Then you'll need to defeat Shredder and you'll get a nice 100% at the end of the credits and under your save file. It isn't that hard, to be totally honest, especially if you don't have or don't care about the achievements, since some of these are not required for 100% in-game. Okay, let's get into this. Mousers. This is the easiest enemy. Monsters have low health, dying after a few hits, and don't do that much damage. Footbots. There are several types of footbots. The ones that are harder to fight show up later in the game. The first one you'll meet has black clothes. The best these can do is shield with their sword. You can easily attack them with a downward shell kicker whenever they do this. The next type is dressed in dark blue. These have circular saws on them that they use to attack while blocking. The last variant has dark red clothes. These have those circular saws from before, as well as these boomerang swords that they can throw at you. Flying robots. There are 2 types of these robots, those without lasers and those with. They kinda remind me of bats in Stardew Valley, since you hit them and then wait forever for them to come back. That's the case for those without lasers at least. Those with lasers just stay back and shoot at you, only moving if they need to for shooting you more. This makes them extremely awkward to fight sometimes, since they might fly a place you can't reach them, and you'll just have to trick them into getting closer or shoot shurikens upwards. Krangbots. There are some variants of these as well. The first we meet have shields and laser guns. The trick to these is to run up to them before they can shoot at you, and then use an upward shell kicker to knock away their shields. Then you can just defeat them like normal. The next type is Krangbots with laser guns and either with or without skin. The ones with skin are very easy to dodge since they can't crouch. They can be annoying while paired with other enemies though. Mutated squirrels. These crawl on the ground, on walls, and on the ceiling. They have a medium amount of health. Caterpillars. These only show up in Dimension X. They are in the background but move to the foreground sometimes to attack. Monkey robots. I couldn't find any name for them anywhere. These are also just in Dimension X. They shoot saws from the chest, punch the ground, and
it has butt cannons?
That's all the enemies in the game, unless I missed any. In that case, whatever. Mikey chooses your name for you.
Hold on, I got this. It's kind of my thing. Okay, so... Aha! That's perfect! Enjoy the game, pizza muncher!
Other names Mikey may call you include Rockstar, Martial Artist, and Turtlehead. Here are some idle animations.
Let's see, 10 to the 10th power times squared 1 equals b squared, Mr. Pythagoras himself, equals 2. Interesting.
I'll just do some more katas while I wait.
Are you gonna play or keep looking at your phone?
Fine, I'll just get my groove on while I wait.
Now we made it to the end of the video. But before we end, why do I like this game so much? Well, I find it very charming. There are a lot of voice lines I wish I had the audio files for since they're just that good. Believe me, I tried to extract it. I also find the gameplay fun. Sometimes I go into my 100% save file and just walk around and defeat enemies without any real goal in mind. It is a bit annoying at the start when you have basically no abilities or upgrades, but it's not unbearable. In conclusion, this is a fun, if a bit short game. It works well for what it is, and that's fine by me. I recommend playing it if you have the chance to. Thank you for watching all this. Check out my other videos if you're interested, and I'll see you in my next big video, in which I'll be talking about a Norwegian children's show from 2009, if everything goes according to plan, of course. Again, thank you, and have a nice rest of your day.